seriously don't know where to start with this video right now. This is depressing. Do you know how hard it is to be a Spurs content creator when we keep putting him, didn't match their fight, didn't match their intensity, didn't match their duel winning, didn't want the game? Then when we lose, and losing 1-0 to Bournemouth was not even the whole story. It should have been 5 or 6-0 to Bournemouth, and that is not exaggerating. It's embarrassing now. These performances are pathetic. I said that this was going to be a tough away game. I knew that, if the Tottenham that we know can turns up, I knew we could have won this game. Bournemouth were there for the taking. Bournemouth probably still weren't even at their best, and they still were better than us. And that is very, very concerning for me. Was this Ange or the players? Because Ange looked fuming. And if you look at the players' morale, their mentality, if you just looked at them on the pitch, they were complaining. They were falling over every 5 minutes. They would get the ball. They'd have a bad touch. They'd do a bad pass. Every pass decision was the wrong decision. It was a poor decision. They couldn't cross. They couldn't create. They weren't penetrating the defense at all. They were making mistake after mistake after mistake. Yes, you can blame Ange all you want, but he's not sent his players out to play like that. That is pathetic. These players played. That's the worst. I didn't think it could get any worse. That's the worst I've seen this Tottenham team play this season. It seems to get worse and worse. Is it because these players don't back Ange? Is that what's going on? We are backing Ange, but it doesn't seem like the players are. I need to know what you think about that, because that performance, I can't even explain it. I'm not using no excuses for injuries. We had a good enough team to win that. I'm not using no excuses for playing 3 games a week. Bournemouth played a few days ago as well. There's no excuses whatsoever to put in that kind of performance. I've never seen in my life Spurs play with no intensity whatsoever. I couldn't see any. The only positive thing I could come out of this game was, I think Archie Gray was probably one of our best players. He was the only guy not giving the ball away, the only guy making the right decisions. And he's 18. How is that even possible? Forster started off well, but then, as we all feared, when you play against a pressing team, Forster's ball playing abilities came to light. And now I'm worried about Forster when we play pressing teams. And now teams know all they have to do is press us, and he's going to be in trouble. So it's going to be a very, very difficult Christmas, I'm telling you now. I wanted to try and do a video and try and find the positives. But if I did that, this would be the shortest video I've ever done. It'd probably be shorter than a short video. It'd probably be about 25 seconds long, speaking about Archie Gray, probably. And that's about it. Can someone please out there give me a reason to keep backing this manager? I love Ange Postecoglou. I love the way we play football. I love his philosophy. I love the way he wants to win. I love all that. I love his belief in himself. It just, to me, seems like the players don't believe in him. And if the players don't believe in him, then he's got no chance. Because if the players are down in tools, but this is what the players do when they are not happy with a certain situation. They keep coming out and saying they love the training, they love all this, but they don't show that on the pitch whatsoever. I know Archie Gray played well, but what's Jed Spence got to do to get a game as well? That's insane. There's a right back position open. He's our second choice right back, and he's not being played. Does that mean that Archie Gray is our second choice right back when he's a midfielder? It's confusing for me. It's very confusing. We wanted consistency, and now you have it. We consistently don't win every week now. It's getting worse and worse. I don't know what to do to, find the positivity in this. I really don't. There was none. There was nothing to hold on to in this game. There wasn't Spurs were unlucky or Spurs nicked a point at the end. It was nothing. Can Can someone in the comments tell me something positive about this game, please, just to cheer me up just a little bit? Because I can't find anything. The only thing I can see positive is we only play against teams like Liverpool. No, we don't played them yet. Against Man City, Villa, Man United. So maybe we'll beat Chelsea. But then what's the point if we're going to lose our next 10 against Forest, against Southampton? You know, what's the point? Oh, this is hard. Just you know, give me some slack. It's very hard to do a Tottenham video. It really is. It's what I mean. I'm laughing. It's becoming laughable because I don't know what to say to protect Ange, like to give him any. Because if your players are playing like that, it's probably on you to like change that, and it seems to be getting worse and worse. Has he fallen out with all these players or something? Because they just seem to not want to play anymore. They really didn't put any effort in yesterday. There was none. I couldn't see any. If somebody saw a different game to me, then please let me know in the comments. I do have a solution though. We have the January transfer window coming up. All we need to do is buy 24 more new players and we should be okay for the rest of the season, hopefully. Let me know in the comments what you think of this game. I can't really say much more. There's, you know, I don't know what else to say. Like, who else played well? But I think Basuma played well for a couple of minutes, maybe 10 minutes. Basuma was playing all right for. Davis was playing okay until he got taken off. That's another injury, by the way. Thank you. Another injury for Spurs. I just don't know what else to say. Do we need a goalkeeper now as well in January? Because Forster looked very, very uncomfortable when he had to play the ball out fast. He really did look uncomfortable. So let me know in the comments if you've got anything positive to say. Give me a reason to keep backing Ange, because I do, but I don't think the players do. And if the players don't, then Ange is walking on a tightrope, and it's not his. Well, it's partly his fault, but it's a lot to do with the players. They're not even doing simple passes. They're not even doing, you know, crossfield passes. They couldn't even do that. They got the ball in the midfield with loads of space, held it for too long, and got tackled. It just kept the same thing kept happening over and over again, and it was getting tiring to watch. And you know, I was swearing a lot. I'm trying not to swear on this stream, but I was swearing at the screen. I was watching it on the telly, by the way, and and the Spurs fans, by the way, I just want to give a bit of credit to them, because I was watching it on the telly and all I could hear was Spurs fans. They were so that weren't even an excuse either, because the Spurs fans were behind the team and they just weren't performing on the day. It was just terrible to watch. If you was there at the game, let me know what you think of the game, like live, because sometimes it looks different live. But for me, it was terrible. The players down tools. They've down tools quite a few, too many times this season, and it's getting worrying. Let me know in the comments what you thought of the game, and come on, you Spurs.